Hello, this is Professor Kim Nelson, once again, Jewelry Design Department of FIT, another tutorial for Basic Rhino JD138. Continuing with our final ring project. The other criteria for this project is that it has to be a non-straight tapered band. So far, our rings have all been handled. Oh, it looks like I clipped that out accidentally. Undo, 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 undo. Until that's repaired. Copy. Redo. Okay, again. Sorry. Our rings have all had a straight taper to them, where we would draw a cutting plane of sorts. We'd make it in various ways, but a cutting plane. And we'd move it into position, and then create a transform, a taper, perhaps, rotate perhaps, to get us the kind of taper that we wanted. Okay, that's fine. It's a nice way to make a ring. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not advanced enough for this project. Okay, so for this project, you have to have a more curved, varied taper. Alright. An example of that would be let's show you. Give me enough points to play with. Chord history. Extrude. Chord history. Mirror. Okay. And now I can turn on the control points for that. And do something more of a, unexpected, more artistic, however you want to look at, however you want to say it, a more involved taper. Okay, that's required. But before we can go that far, I need to decide how I actually want my shank to interact with this. Do I want it? Do I want for my false bezel to break all the way through out here in the front? And usually, no. Usually with this style of ring, you want the ring's body to extend beyond the false bezel. Okay. And I have to question my height. Actually, I think my height is pretty nice. I might want to come up a little bit more. Okay, this is a single segment. I'm going to scale from the base. Non-uniform. Although it could use a little more meat here, so I'll do a regular scale. I think that's better. I do want it to come out wider, so I have to decide how much wider. I think that's good. Okay. I've got to plot where this intersects with my head section. It's right there, which I can demonstrate with an isocurve. Okay. I need to decide how I want this to come off. Do I want it to come off rounded, sloped, angled? I want a fairly rounded section. I'm going to draw another curve from the finger bore. I'm going to use that to establish my width here. I'm going to draw a line straight across this. I'm going to hope I have a quadrant available. I hope that's on the C plane. I can check it by hitting C, enter. It didn't move. So yeah, that's right where I want it. I'm going to use my blend curve. To plot how much I want that to show and how I want that form to be. That'll do. Okay. And that will give me my outside diameter of or the outside edges of my piece. Okay. I would like very much to figure out what my top view is going to be. I'm going to do that directly. I made a copy of this, bring it out to here, record history, mirror it to the other side. Turn on my points. Okay, that's not enough. I'm going to rebuild this to 16:4. That's better. And I'm going to play with some of that tapering that I was talking about. I'm going to look at it from the top view as I do. Now, when I deselected, I didn't deselect on both sides. I'm doing a symmetrical sort of thing here, so it's important that when I deselect points or select points, that I do it all the way across the piece. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm getting such a strange, this curve, this point got moved out of place. Right C-plane, move, enter, project to C-plane, point. Point, point. That brought those back together. Sorry. I do want both of these now. I'm going to start sculpting my top view. I would like it to kind of follow along my stone, my false bezel. Take a look at how that's affected the tapering. I can go straight into the side view if I want. Now this is interesting because I have, once again, points that have fallen apart. Project. Point, 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 point. You can see that my taper is not very smooth or pretty from the side. Go into my top view. That looks pretty good. These could move a little bit. I'll take a look and see what I think here. Fine. Okay. Now those are maquette curves. Those are not a final curve. Those are maquette curves. But they show me a good idea of what my final ring might look like. Taking a look now and deciding if I might not want to bring the bezel and stone down a little bit. Not a lot. This line, this tide line I have here, shows me where my shank meets, and I think I like that better. Okay. So here's my shank coming in. I do want those intersecting points again, just so I can see how far it is to the other side of that shank, which is right here. I don't have to listen to that. Okay. There. Now I'm doing strategy, and this is part of the assignment. How to strategize how you're going to make a ring. Okay. I'm going to trim this out. Now I've got to think of a rhino surface that'll do what I want to do right here. That's the challenge. Because you know, rhino surfaces are all rectangles. So I need a surface that will give me everything I want at each point along the way. Okay, here's my strategy. I'm going to make a cross section at the midpoint here. And decide how I want this to look. That allows me to use the top C-plane to draw on instead of making one of my own, which makes things a little easier. Blend curve. I don't want anything really squared off here. On the top. Mirror that over. Join them together. Mirror it across. I'm going to draw a straight line connecting it from side to side. I'm going to join these together. Okay. It's going to be a challenge. I'm trying to consider the best way to make this. I know what the computer is going to want to do and what it isn't going to want to do. I want the simplest surface I can get. I'm going to copy that out for a minute. Trim the bottom off. I'm going to mirror it side to side. I want the same cross section coming off the front. So I'm going to do an orient command. I want copy equals yes, scale equals no. I'll just click anywhere off to the side. Click anywhere off to the front. Mirror that around to the back. And do an ellipse. Rhino should not have a hard time making this surface. I want a surface from Curve Network. I want a simple single surface. Rail, rail. Rail, rail. Section, 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 section. I want the seam either in the front or the back. I don't want it down the side. I don't think. Maybe I do. I do want it down the side. Surface. Edit tools. Okay, so now I know the seam is over there. What do my point layout look like? That's not bad. Okay. I want to put it on a color. It's easy to see that I haven't been using a lot. White. What is the point count? I need symmetry. .32, 6. Okay. That's a little hard to work with. Let's see what happens if I go 16 and 8. Still seems to hug that edge well. It seems to be doing everything I want it to do, with a lot less points to play with. And that's what I'm after, is a lot less points to play with. Going to get my point selecting tools out here. I want that row. I want to move it up so that I kind of capture what's happening around the rim there. However, that does something on the side I don't want, right? Deselect the 3 or 4. Around the edge, side edge. Just move these up. I don't really want to move them higher than this point. So I'm going to watch. I might even go into the side view. So I can get a sense of what that is. Okay. Keeps the side the way I want it, starts to make the front the way I want it. Okay. Same 4 rows of points. I want to select them going down the front. I want to deselect the top row. And I want a non-uniform scale them.